What's up, y'all? Xavier Victor here, and welcome back to the Sneaker Resellers Podcast, a podcast for resellers run by a reseller. Today, we got a lot of exciting things to talk about. And if you're new here, make sure you guys hit that subscribe, hit that follow, depending on the platform that you're watching on. So, first off, we're going to be talking about the Nike Dunk Low SB Skate Like a Girl. Super excited for that one. The Nike Dunk Low Florida A&M University. The McDonald's Boo Buckets. It's not a sneaker, but it is going to be pretty hype. Then we got the Air Penny 2, Social Status, the Nike Dunk Low USC, the Jordan 2 Shelf Life, Jordan 2 Low 2, 18, Jordan 2 Low Titan, the Salehi Bembry Croc, and the Kuwata colorway. I believe that's how you say it. And I want to talk about some other things too, such as the Jordan 1 Starfish, DJ Khaled Jordan 5, Nike's new reselling policy, and the Dunk Low Valentine's for 2023. So that is what we're going to be getting into. And with that said, let's jump straight into it. So first off, Monday, October 17th, doesn't look like there's much dropping. There's almost nothing ever that drops on Mondays. So skip the day, right? Or subscribe to my Sneaker Resellers Podcast. I'll post the link in the comments. If I find something that drops, I'll let you know. But it doesn't look like there's going to be anything too exciting on that day. Tuesday, a lot of excitement. So we got the Nike Dunk Low Skate Like a Girl. It's got these really nice kind of tan, violets, red, right? Really, really dope looking SB. And it's going to be retailing for $130. It is going to be a draw at 10 a.m. Eastern. So I do anticipate Nike having a lot of issues. Recently, if you have been on the Nike app or the Sneakers app, it's almost impossible to get your entries in. But you will have 10 minutes to get this entry in because it is going to be a draw. So they are anticipating a lot of demand for this shoe. Surprisingly, though, I don't know if it's in women's sizing. It doesn't say like it's a women's shoe, right? But maybe that's because it's an SB. It looks like extended sizes are up to a men's size 15. And let's talk about resale real quick. So it does look like it's going to be reselling. I would stay away from average sizes, so like an 8.5, 9, 9.5. It does look like it is going to resell for bigger sizes. So I think because it goes up to a US men's size 15, that size 12, that size 12.5, if 12.5 is made, right? Because usually 12.5, they don't make any or very low quantities of that. Size 13, I think those will all resell really well. And I think the smaller sizes might actually do numbers for this one as well, just because it is Skate Like a Girl. I feel like a lot of like skater homies, right, will probably be getting them for like their wives and for, if they skate themselves, women will probably want it. I think it's a really dope shoe. Honestly, I hope a lot of like skaters who like SBs do end up getting this pair, specifically like women skaters, because this is your shoe. It is Skate Like a Girl. And it is commemorating, I believe, a nonprofit organization that's been around for 22 years. Let me just take a look at what the description is. Skate Like a Girl. It's a nonprofit organization of 22 years. And they're doing this to create this empowering twist on hoops to skate icon, right? So really dope. Love that mission. And it's to create an inclusive community by promoting confidence, leadership, and social justice through skateboarding. Really amazing mission. And we got embroidering graphics by, different artists. And the Skate Like a Girl branding seals. I like the shoe. I like the shoe even more now that I'm like actually taking a look at what it stands for. So you should too. It is going to resell. So just be conscious of that. And make sure to get your wives, get yourself it. And if you are somebody who's in the social justice space, this might be a really great shoe for you. All right, let's move on. Let's talk about the next up. We got the Dunk Low Florida A&M University 120, also a draw on that same day at 10 a.m. Eastern. This is a really good looking shoe. I feel like a lot of shoes in this orange kind of colorway resell pretty well. And it is Florida A&M University. I believe this is an HBCU. If I am correct, they've been partnering a lot with like different colleges, universities. Last week, I believe, was the Clark University. That shoe is reselling, right? It's reselling around 200 plus, but I don't think there's too many of those shoes made, right? But I think those who actually ended up like buying it or keeping it. I think the shoe is arguably better looking than that shoe, right? So I think it is going to resell probably like 180 plus, 160 plus, ideally, probably stay over 200. I don't really know what's going to happen yet. Like, I don't know like what the alumni base for the school looks like, but it was designed by Caitlin Davis, who I believe is a alumni of that shoe. It says it's reimagining the hoops to street icon with school-inspired colors and rattlesnake graphics on the tongue. Oh, that's pretty cool. I didn't know that. It lets you rep your team with undeniable A&M flair. So super cool. It does say FAMU on like the toe laces, and it looks like it has the rattlesnake and has a quote on the back of the shoe. The sole is actually like this clear bottom, but with like blues. It's pretty nice. It says we brag different. So I guess that might be their motto, right? It's such a dope shoe. Make sure you guys get your hands on that shoe. All right, now let's talk about the McDonald's Boo Buckets. It's also going to be starting on the 18th. That's the major thing though. It's going to be national, or I believe like at select stores. I believe it might only be US. And it is while supplies last, right? So it is, I think I'm super excited about this. I don't know when the last time it released was. I know the first time it released, I believe, was back in the 80s. Yeah, I believe it might have been the 80s because it's got like this really cool old school graphic. And McDonald's is honestly producing a lot of really great stuff. I mean, last time it was the Cactus Buddies. I have some Cactus Buddies in my background. I ended up just getting a bunch of them. I honestly want to collect all the different ones, but they're arriving in 3 different colors. We got the McBoo, which is a ghoulish white ghost, the McPumpkin, a quirky orange pumpkin, and then McGoblin, a ghastly green witch. So those are the 3 main ones. It's going to be available at participating locations on October 18. The bucket comes along with Happy Meals, priced between $5 and $7 USD. While the Happy Meal doesn't come with an additional toy, customers can choose from a hamburger, cheeseburger, chicken McNuggets as your Happy Meal. And the Happy Meal includes fries and another side dish such as applesauce, apple slices, or a small drink, or plus a small drink. So that's what the Boo Buckets are. Now let's talk about resale. Again, I'm not too sure when the last time these released were, right? Because I don't really eat too much at McDonald's or at all. Right? I used to work at McDonald's back when I was 16, but I don't remember this being what we did for Halloween. So I think like a lot of collectors are going to be going after them, right? And also a lot of parents, because like if this is big enough to hold your children's candy, why not use it, right? Especially like younger folks, which are like kindergarten, first grade, like those kinds. But I do think eventually down the line these will resell, right? It's pretty nostalgic. A lot of people are trying to buy back like their childhoods, right? And because of that, I do feel like these are going to sell out super fast at almost all the participating locations, right? So it'll probably be on back order for a while. So if you do plan on wanting this, right, which, I highly suggest you do, go as soon as it opens, right? McDonald's opens on October 18th. I believe like Happy Meals probably start at like 10 a.m. So that might be the time to go, right? So if you are looking to potentially like buy the Boo Buckets, 100% go early, like October 18, like 10 a.m., 11 a.m. Eastern, or 10 a.m., 11 a.m. PST if you're on the West Coast, or any time in between that, right? But 100% buy it like that same day. That way you have it and you don't have to worry about resellers, because it is going to resell, I feel. So that is October 18th. A lot of really great, exciting stuff. Now let's go to October 19th, Wednesday. We have the Air Penny 2 social status dropping for $200. Now, in terms of resale, I'm going to say stick away from it. They did do a drop on it last week on the social status website. And right now, it's not reselling too well. Resale right now, I believe it's like almost essentially retail. So it is not necessarily something that is worth going for. Yeah, like certain sizes are retail. I feel like the shoe will probably go under retail. So stay away. Only go personals. And it's a good looking shoe. I like it. I like it a lot. But it is not something that is going to be on resellers' watch. And, you should be able to get it pretty accessibly. It is going to sell out though, just so if you don't want it, be conscious of that. Next up, really anticipated shoe. A shoe that I think I really like. And honestly, I think you're going to really like. It's the Nike Dunk Low USC. Specifically USC colorway. It's not the Gym Red. if it was gym red, the tongue would have red instead of yellow. So this is the USC. Unfortunately, USC did lose their first college football game of the season this previous weekend. It was a close game, but it was amazing. I watched college football a lot, and it's going to retail for $110. They have a really great alumni base. I think a lot of people are excited for the football team as they develop into the next coming years. Caleb Williams is an amazing quarterback, so I think that there's a lot of fanfare. Thing is, I don't think a lot of folks that want this shoe are part of like their alumni base. All right, so because right now it is reselling, but not as much as like I had initially anticipated. I looked it up. Right now it's like 140 plus. So hopefully it doesn't break even more, right, to 130. So if you are going to go for the shoe, I'd say stick smaller sizes or bigger sizes only. None of that average size stuff. All right, so if you're going resale, go smaller or bigger. It looks like smaller right now is what's doing numbers. And I guess it would make sense, right? This is a really simple shoe. I feel like a lot of like smaller folks like for grade school or like those kinds don't have something to go to, so they're going to probably gravitate towards this shoe. Small size is a men's size 6, which is a women's size 7.5. So a lot of women probably want it as well. And a lot of kids want it, especially like elementary school students. It's perfect, right? Especially if your school has like a uniform. So I like it, go for it, but be conscious of it, right? Also really great personal. So if you're gonna go for personal, go for that. Thursday, I don't know what's dropping, right? I don't think anything that's worth it, at least for me to talk about. So if there's anything that I find, I'll post on my Sneaker Resellers newsletter. So go subscribe to that. Friday, we have 3 different Jordan 2s. I'm going to talk about them all at the same time because it's not worth going into more, right? We have the Jordan 2 Low Shelf Life, Jordan 2 Low 218, and Jordan 2 Low Titan. All are dropping for $200. I don't know why the women's pair isn't cheaper. I feel like it should be, which is the Titan. All of these are collaborations with different, I believe, boutiques throughout like Africa and other parts of the world. Jordan 2s, I like them a lot for the aesthetics, right? It's the model I believe Jordan actually hated the most. Like he hated Jordan 2s. And I think a lot of people hate Jordan 2s as well, right? Right now, most Jordan 2s are breaking below retail, right? So they're going for below retail. And these are collaborations, like Jordan 2 Union. I was looking at it yesterday. I was going below retail, right? So as you can imagine, if you're gonna go for resale, it's not the best to go for Jordan 2s. So stick 100% personal on these. I think they were dope. I really like Jordan 2s for the aesthetics, but everything else, like in terms of like reselling, it's not going to be worth it. So stay away from Jordan 2s if you are a reseller. Really great shoes though, if you support these like boutiques, these organizations, and if you like Jordan 2s in general. Saturday, really exciting day, October 22. We got this Leahy Bembury Croc and the Kuwata colorway. Dropping for $85, and this is going to be essentially like the soft launch. It's going to be dropping at the bsponge.com website. That's Leahy Bembury's website. I'll be posting about it more on my Instagram. It's a color that I'm really excited about. Kind of like this, like not necessarily dirt brown, but like kind of a brownish kind of colorway. Thing is, a lot of these colors like are a lot more bright in person, so I wonder like how it's actually going to look in hand. Right now, it's currently reselling for like 200 plus. I feel like it's going to drop to like 130 plus. Hopefully this is the first croc that, or Leahy Bembury croc that I can get my hands on. I really, really want one for personal, but I don't necessarily want to pay resale. I might get the blue one. I feel like the blue one's probably like a good one for what my likings are. So, but it is going to resell. So, if you're going to go for resale, go for it. A lot of people were able to hit on the B-Sponge website last drop. So that is something that is really exciting. So I'm going to be going for it. Last time I didn't go for it on the B-Sponge website. If you are on Leahy Bembury's like emailing list though, just so you know, like he does send out the password to his website to get in like an hour before. All right. So if you are looking to buy it for personal or resale, you might want to get on his email list. That way, like you get the password to get into his website an hour before everybody else. So, and sometimes honestly, it sells out before then, like before like the password goes, like people are actually able to get into the website without the password. So that's a tip and trick. Let's talk about some of the other drops that I want to talk about. So we got Jordan 1 Starfish dropping on October 27, women's for $180. This is an exciting shoe. A lot of people are like, oh, this is kind of reminds me of like the Shattered Backboard 3.0 and like all these other ones. I think you're right. A lot of Jordan 1s though recently have been like breaking though, and that's my biggest concern, right? Obviously, I'm going to be talking about this shoe a little bit more as we get closer to drop. So like in the coming weeks. But, like, let me know. Do you guys think this is going to be potentially a good hold? Because I do see this shoe dropping to, like, maybe, like, $220 in most sizes. Like, I do see the potential for a hold, though, right? And, like, as an investment, especially if it hits that, like, 200 mark, 210 mark. Might be able to buy up a ton of these kinds of, a bunch of this pair, right? Like, orange, for some reason, just does really, really well with the public. And it is dropping on October 27th, so that is a couple days before Halloween, which I think is a miss. They should have dropped it a couple days even before that, maybe like October 21st. That way people could actually wear these for Halloween parties and stuff like that. So Nike, if you're listening, you might want to, have me as a consultant, so I could support you with some of these decisions that you guys should be doing. Next up, DJ Khaled, Jordan 5, Be the Best. All right, so this pack is going to be dropping on November 28th. I don't know if it's going to be like a regional drop. I assume it might be, right? So different, like Jordan 5s will be dropping in different places. I asked my Instagram followers, and that's XavierVictor.kicks, if you are interested, if they thought it was going to resell. Half said yes, half said no, right? And that was over, 2,000 people that responded to it. So I think when it comes to resell, like, it's so up in the air. Like, people don't know what's going to actually happen. Jordan 5s don't resell, though. All right, so my initial assumption is that these shoes are not going to resell, but because it has that DJ Khaled like label, and we don't know how limited they are, they might. I mean, it's not a shoe that I'm excited for. Like, I'm not a big DJ Khaled fan. Some of y'all might be, but I don't know if anybody is like a huge DJ Khaled fan. So, I mean, my initial thoughts is that it's going to be close to retail or at retail when it comes time for resale. I love Jordan 5s though. It's one of my favorite Jordans of all time. It's the shoe that got me into the sneaker, collecting thing. But I mean, I don't think it's going to be that great for resale. Another resale topic, Nike's new reselling policy. Now, this is really, really either good or bad, depending on like what side of the boat you sit on, right? So it could be really, really great, right, if you're not a reseller, right? Because you're just like, yeah, you know what, screw resellers. Like, yeah, be taking all our stock anyways. Like, this is not, something that like, like you're all for it. If you're a reseller, you potentially hate this, but is it actually going to be affecting you? So here's what Nike says. So it says it's going to cancel orders, right, of who they think is reselling your products, charge restocking fees, or suspend accounts of people it determines are buying its items to resell. I think this is actually combating or just like throwing another like spear into StockX, right? So obviously like StockX is in a lawsuit right now with Nike. How do you potentially hurt StockX more? Well, you convince people that they're going to be taking a hit when it comes to resell, right? So like, hey, we're going to cancel your account if you resell, right? But also like right now we're going through a period where a lot of people were buying these shoes for resale, but they don't necessarily know what's going to resell, right? It's the reason why you guys follow me. I tell you guys what's actually going to be worth going for. But there's still a lot of people, for example, that like comment on my videos that are just like, oh, you might as well just go for everything, right? Because like you don't know what's going to resell. Well, that's going to hurt you, right? Because like if Nike is seeing that you return almost everything from that you buy, they're probably going to charge you a restocking fee, right? It might be $15, might be $20, might be $5, right? So you're going to be losing money on that. You also might put a flag on your account, so they're probably not going to let you buy shoes, right? They might not even let you return, right? They have a 60-day return policy. I've used it up to a year later, right? You just set up customer service and you're just like, hey, I need to return this. And they usually take it. So they might not start allowing those kinds of things. And right now, the Nike app and sneakers app has been super glitchy. So like my major concern is like, if you are trying to fix this, don't make the app worse for actual consumers, right? A lot of my followers and me too, we go for a lot of drops. right? And recently, like, the drops have been terrible. I don't know if that's your experience. Let me know in the comments. It's been garbage, right? So like it's just like constantly loading. Can't even enter draws. You can't even enter for a shoe, right? I have to force close the app. This is what works for me. I force close the app like 10 times, and then I get off Wi-Fi and go to data, and that usually works. But I'm like constantly like force closing it. I usually wait a minute for it to actually process, and if it doesn't do it within that minute, I force close it. So that's what I've been doing. But do I actually think it's going to be affecting resellers? Not too much. All right, those of you who like casually just buy like a couple shoes a month to resell, I don't think it's gonna be affecting y'all, because like as long as you guys like go for what I tell you to, you'll be fine. All right, so I don't think it's gonna be affecting y'all. I think it will affect bots. All right, and depending on like how they're actually like going about like canceling bots. I mean, sneakers drops things once, right? And if things sell out because of bots, where are they gonna put the stock? So that's another question I have, is just like, if something sells out, you're canceling bot orders, where are you gonna put stock? Or are you just gonna do like a sneakers reserve and then put those pairs there? I don't actually know how they're gonna go about this, to be honest. But hopefully, like those of you who aren't botters, will have more opportunities to actually buy sneakers. So that's the reselling policy. Now last topic, the Dunk Low Valentine's. I don't know how I feel about the shoe. Yeah, let me know. I mean, it gives me like kind of like little Freddy Cougar kind of vibes, and I'm like, that's not the kind of vibe I want for like Valentine's Day. It is a good looking shoe. Some of y'all really enjoyed it. Y'all told me on Instagram that you like the shoe, and I'm like, I don't know how I feel about like the red violet kind of color. It gives me a little Freddy vibes, but I mean, do I think it's gonna resell? Probably not much, but we'll wait to see what 2023 looks like. So I know this episode was a lot longer than what I initially anticipated, but hope you guys got a lot out of it. Don't forget to hit that subscribe, hit that follow, and I will catch you guys on the next episode. Bye, y'all.